of the show is the color of world. Before we start, anyone have any idea about how do we create color? What is color? How's color being created? Menachem, you was very interested. No? That's what you hear. That's a very good answer. Okay. So what? Sorry? Meish?
It's a spectrum.
A spectrum.
Spectrum.
Okay, so what is spectrum? People are going to ask you, what is spectrum?
Reflect. From low
Reflect.
frequency to high frequency. Low 0 to 3000 is audio, 3000 up is ultrasound, and so you move up to infrared, then into ultraviolet, then cosmic radiation, X-ray.
Whoa, don't go too far. Okay, you start going up to space. Let's land. You know, there's people here that don't understand it. Let's understand what is color mean. How is color being created? So first, let's understand how many colors, where are they, and what they come to tell us. So if we look at nature, if we look at this world, in nature, we have beautiful color. In a world of living, in a world of vegetation, and in a world of animate, we'll see that there is certain colors. Beautiful colors, some of them very exciting. All different colors. What do they come to tell us? So today, not today, quite some time ago, years back, scientists find out that those colors, some of them come to warn us. That means that is color of warning. Some of them is color of camouflage. Camouflage, can you believe it? That's what color being created. Not only that, some of the color come to impress us. Can you believe it? To impress. And some of the color come to stimulate our appetite. Can you believe it? How do we know that? HaKadosh Baruch Hu created all different fruit, all different vegetables, and given them all different colors. Some of them red, yellow, orange, green, all different colors that we see in the vegetables and the fruit, on all different food. Why? That's to stimulate our appetite, to show us that there is reason for those colors. So today scientists found that some of them is warning color. And remember the warning color, we'll get to it through what we mentioned, the rainbow. How's it going to work? Some of them is a camouflage color that you all, I'm sure, know about it. Because if we look at what we call the lizards, all of those that change their color. Sorry? Chameleon. Chameleon is a kind of a lizard. That's why I didn't want to say chameleon, because there's all different lizards that live. But chameleon, I think in African language call them umpampa, am I right? Larom, not umpampa? Am I right, umpampa? So, why is it so important, those colors? We have to understand. The warning color we have, red. The camouflage. Okay, you call it red, we'll get to it. Then we have camouflage color. Exciting color to excite us. Then we have color that not only that is what we call, how would I say that, to impress us. When you look at this color, you actually get impressed. Certain colors impress certain human beings. And we see that each one of us, if you look at it, when we see certain colors, we feel very close to that color. If you think carefully, focus on a certain color, you see that there are certain colors that you feel very comfortable with. You know that today, most of the hospital, I don't know how many of you take notice, they move to main two colors. One of them is green, light green, and light blue. Did you take notice of that? Am I right? Where you used to work, Menachem, is those color was the main important color? Why? Did you ask yourself why? So we'll get to it. Okay, you say calming, but we'll see how's it fitting. And if we'll have time, please God, still today. If not, we'll do it on the next show. No, the next show is going to be Tu B'Shvat, so it's going to be the following ones. We're going to bring the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero. Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, he born in Cordova. And he wrote a book, Pardes Rimonim. And in his book, in chapter 4, You know what he's talking about. By the way, the Ramak was a Mekubal. And in his book, chapter 4, he's talking about what it's called colors. Sha'ar HaTzva'im. That means the gate of colors. It's all Kabbalistic there. But you took what you understand, we try to understand, and that's what we took and we try to explain. Okay, so how is color being created? So our friend Meish say it's a reflection,
No, it's
a spectrum. Okay, it's a spectrum.
Like red gives off warmth.
Okay, but how's it being created? How do we see that color that is black, white, red, yellow, green, all the different colors? Sorry?
Through light.
True light. How's true light?
Like it bends through.
Okay.
Get it to see it in your eye.
Sorry?
The way
True?
it comes in your eye and it changes.
Okay, so how's that work? How's that work? Please close the door.
Everyone's going to be coming through. CSO wants everyone coming this way.
Okay, CSO want. Okay, so we have to understand how's color being created. We see that there is all different color in nature. So scientists today found out that color being created, that the ray that comes from the light hit a certain object, certain of that ray actually get observed, and certain going back. Certain of those lights are going back to the light. That means that certain of those electromagnetic ray coming back. But whatever stuck, whatever been observed on that object, that's what creates the color. Does it make sense? Does it make sense or not? Because you explain how's the color. So let me explain how's it work. Let's say that we see a light. Now when we say light, it's not necessarily the ray that comes from the sun. It's any ray of light. Because at night, we see also colors. So it's not necessarily the ray that comes from the sun. It's a ray that comes from every light. Those rays that hit a certain subject or object, they get observed. Whatever got observed on that certain object, that's create a color. So if that color is black or white or different any other colors, that's what create the colors. Okay? That's how color being created. Now I'm going to bring example. How is the black color being created? White and all the others. Why did I start Dafka with white and black? Because they are the two major colors that we have, and we explain why. I'm going to start with the color white. The color white created by that all the light, the ray that come from the light, actually nothing get absorbed. Whatever hit the subject or the object, coming back. Nothing get absorbed. That's what create the white color. The black color is exactly the opposite. The black color that we see in nature, that's those rays that hit a certain object and they get absorbed completely, nothing going back. And that's what creates the black color. So now that will help us to understand how all the other colors are created. That means that there is certain colors that come back. Electromagnetic ray color get hit on a certain object, certain of them go. So if you want to see blue, red, yellow, green, whatever the color is, it's according to how much that object got absorbed, and that's what created the different color. Until here I'm clear? There's any question? No, Baruch Hashem. Okay, so that's about color. How many main color we have in nature?
7.
Huh?
7.
7. Oh, you're very generous. The main?
Much more.
3. That's it. There's 3 main color. 3 main color in nature. Okay, and they are red, yellow, and here comes the dispute among some of the researchers. Some people say it's blue, but some people say it's green. But the most common opinion agree that it's blue. Most of the scientists agree that it's a blue color. So we see that we have 3 main colors. Remember them. Red, yellow, blue.
That actually is not correct.
Not correct?
No.
Okay.
Because it depends on the frequency spectrum. And if you get a lower frequency spectrum, you get the colors you can see. like red, and as you go higher up, you can take those three basic ones. That's why in a TV set you call it RGB, red, green, blue. Because you can take those three basic colors and create other colors. But the number of colors you can create out of spectrum runs into many, many thousands.
Okay, so you agree? So what are you saying now? It's exactly what I said, but you didn't listen. I said the three main colors.
I'm just saying.
But what you saying, no. Meish, what you're saying that there is many other colors.
Yeah.
The three main colors, these three colors, and now I'm going to explain them. Where you made the mistake, sorry? That's the primary colors, if you want to call it. That's what I say, the main color. And now how do we create other colors? And now I'll get to it. That's where you've gone lost. Let me explain to you. The three main colors, I'll repeat them, red, yellow, and blue. To create an orange color, what do you take? Now that will help you to understand the spectrum of color that you're talking about. You take red and yellow, nachon? When you take blue and yellow, you create green, nachon? You understand now how the spectrum of color being created from the three main important colors. The blue and the red created purple, nachon? And that's on. And on and on and on, you create all the different color that you're talking about.
And when you mix all three, you get white.
Obviously. But those the three important ones that create the world of colors. Do you understand? Without those three, you can't move. You need those three basic ones to create all the colors that you're talking about, that there's many other colors. Okay, so now that we understand that, we have to move on. Now, I'm going to reach, because the subject of the show is not just colors for us to understand. I'm not here to speak about science. I'm not a scientist. Not Has v'Shalom, I have something against scientists. Has v'Shalom, no. But the main idea of that set of shorim, that when I spoke to Meish here, he said, why don't join Yiddishkeit and science? And that's what we're going to do today, Be'ezrat Hashem. So I would like to touch the color of the rainbows. And that's how I'm going to get to understand what's happening in the world. We all know that there is in a rainbow 7 different colors. The main reason that we have rainbow in the world, you all know that after that HaKadosh Baruch Hu flooded the world in a time of Noah, he created rainbow. And he given us a promise that he will never bring flood to the world. Just to remind us, can I link it to the Parsha? Would you mind? Just strike me now. You know why the Egyptian throw the Jewish babies into the Nile, Dafka? Why Mr. Pharaoh didn't decide to burn the baby boys? Why did he decide Dafka to throw them to the world, to the Nile, to the water? Because Pharaoh wasn't stupid. Remember, we spoke about Pharaoh many shorim back, that he was actually a big, important role in Egypt. What does it mean? Not just he was a king. He was the highest witchcrafter that was in Egypt. Amongst that, he was a great man, smart man. But he used it for negativity. He knew that HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised that he'll never bring flood anymore to the world. Therefore, he said, you know what? I'm going to punish the Jewish people. You know how? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu actually can't punish me by flood. He can never destroy the world if I drown him in the water, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised that he will never bring flood to the world. You understand why he chose that dafka, that punishment, to drown the Jewish people? Just off, that was nothing belonged to the show. Just jumped to me, just wanted to share with you. Okay, the rainbow. We have 7 different colors. That's where you made a mistake between the 3 important colors to the rainbow. In a rainbow, we have like this. The first color that we see, what color is it? The higher color, the high level. Sorry? Red. Remember red. Remember we spoke about warning colors in nature? Red. When you want to tell someone that there is something dangerous, you put a triangle. Remember, it's red. Stop, and a traffic, or here you call it a robot, it's red. It's an out of sign. Sorry?
It doesn't mean stop it. Say red doesn't mean stop it.
It doesn't apply in South Africa. Okay. Okay. But in most of the world, it does mean that red is to stop. You know what I'm saying? Red always sign a danger. White show, we spoke about it, it's an attribute of mercy. Red, it's an attribute of judgment. You remember we spoke about it? Remember? Yeah. For the string, yeah. So there is 7 different colors. So the first color in a rainbow, we say it's red. After that come orange, yellow. After that come green. Later on we see the blue. We also see between them, if I'm not mistaken, it's more purple. And the last color that we see, it's the baby blue that fit exactly with the sky. Nachon? If you look at the rainbow from far away.
Call it indigo and violet.
Sorry?
Indigo and violet.
Indigo and violet. Whatever color you want to give it name, but it's really fit with the color of the sky. Nachon? So we see that there is here some kind of a sign. HaKadosh Baruch Hu actually sent us a message. Listen, the way that people acting in the world, it's an attribute of judgment at the moment. Why? Because when I show you the sign of rainbow, that means that I was supposed to bring a flood to the world. But because HaKadosh Baruch Hu said that he promised that he'll never bring flood to the world anymore, he sent us a sign of the rainbow, that we all know. How does it start? With red. It's an attribute of judgment. That means at the moment, in this precise moment, when you see the rainbow in the heaven, there is an attribute of judgment on the world. Or wherever they see it, sorry, it's not right to say it. And a place that you can see it, because not all over the world you'll see the rainbow. Now, today, scientifically, people say it's a reflection of the water, okay, and the sky. It's true, but it's not true.
What's the droplets?
Sorry?
It's a spectrum gets broken by the droplets in the sky. As the sunlight hits those droplets, it splits, acts as a filter.
Okay. So that's the scientific explanation. But we have to understand that the Torah didn't tell us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created rainbow many years ago. There is a reason for it. Why did he start with red? To show us that there is a judgment in the world. But it's come to tell us something else. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu in that precise moment, keeping his promise. You know, when you see the rainbow, there is a special brocha that we have to say. You know about it? So I asked Menachem, our friend, Menachem Kruger, Menachem, are you on page 229? Okay. If you don't mind, read the brocha in English so everyone will understand.
Blessed are you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, who remembers the covenant, trustworthy in his covenant, and fulfills his word.
Okay. So from here we see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us, that he given us, that there is a covenant. He given us a promise that he will never bring flood to the world. Why? When we see the rainbow, we have to remember that. Not only that, now let's move through the color of the rainbow to try to understand what's happening. Here HaKadosh Baruch Hu tell you, I'm starting with the attribute of judgment. I'm moving slowly through those colors. And I'm reaching down to what you call it the baby blue, the light blue. Nachon? Or the, how did you call it, Ivan?
Violet or indigo.
Violet of India.
Indigo.
Violet of indigo. That means that's the light color that we see that almost come clear with the sky, the same color of the sky. Am I right? You with me, Menachem? Or you lost me a bit?
Why did you say the sky is violet?
No, indigo violet, I understand from him. Because I know that the color of the sky, if you look at it, what do you see? Baby blue. You don't see a dark blue.
Last color blue is
It's blue. That's what I'm saying. But
it's violet into the blue.
that's what I'm saying. It's a light blue. So Ivan said that it's called indigo blue, indigo violet.
It's violet.
So anyway,
It's violet, indigo. And
that's what I'm saying.
No, it's like the purples
Three
go
different
change
colours.
and become blue.
Okay. So I was thinking that he mean that the last
No,
color
that's
that
the
it's
colours
light
of the
blue
rainbow.
like the sky.
The last two colors of the rainbow are indigo and violet.
Understand. Sorry. I didn't understand what you mean. Okay, so you meant what actually I tried to explain. That means that the final color, it's the same color of the sky. That's what I said. If you look at it.
Color. That's
No?
the blue is in the
Why not? But if you look at the rainbow, what do you see? The first you see the red one on the top. What do you see the bottom color? The final color?
purplish. Yeah.
Blue.
Look, there's a better way of explaining it. The red is infrared, and that means low frequencies. And when you go towards blue, you go to what is known as high frequencies, ultraviolet. The spectrum goes up. That's why the blue is the blue of the sky, because that's closer to ultraviolet.
Okay. But my question is, because we can't come here to conclusion, that we say that the color is blue. Some people say, no, it's violet, it's purple. Nachon? Who said that it's purple? The final color can't be purple. I think that it can't be because it's too dark. Because if you look at the rainbow, you'll see that the final color is actually a light blue. It's going towards the white. Louis, you not agree with me? Louis doesn't agree. Okay. Louis, so I tell you what. Most probably we have some dispute here. Let's look at it.
The human eye can't see ultraviolet, so it's blue. So as it filters, it gets from lighter to darker, which is going towards high frequencies. You can see low frequencies, which is infrared,
Okay.
and the high frequencies are, you see the blue, because if it becomes ultraviolet, you don't see it. That's much
Okay.
higher for the eye.
Okay.
The eye can't, curatively, the eye can't pick up ultraviolet.
Okay. So, Louis, are you agree now or still not? Louis doesn't want to agree. Let Louis do his homework and he'll come back to us with us. Let's move on. Okay, Louis, you agree with that? Okay. So once that we go to this color, we have to understand, Rabotai, we have to understand why it starts with red. There is a judgment in the world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent us a message. Rabotai,
It's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
okay. So Louis is right. Louis is right. Okay, so we have internet here, so it's right. Okay, so
Red Google.
Red Google. Okay, so we have Red Google here. Okay, Rabotai, so let's move on. So those colors tell us that there is a judgment in the world. But if we look, we'll see that the coloring actually getting lighter and lighter. Why? Why is that? Did you ask yourself? I can't hear.
They reflect less. The red will reflect the most, orange will, so will yellow, blue less, green less.
Green comes first, then the blue according to that. And then there is the strong blue and then the violet. Nachon? The purple, the strong purple, okay? But it's come to tell us here something very interesting. Here HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent us a message. At the moment, is that right? Okay, so here Benji found it in Rabbi Google differently. Okay, there's all different Rabbi Google. So it's come to tell us that there is a judgment in the world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu now changing that attribute of the judgment award, the attribute of mercy. Why? Because the deeds that the people doing in the world, actually, it's to destroy the world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is supposed to bring flood. But he's changing it. And he shows us how slowly, the attribute of mercy coming into the world. And that's why we say the brocha, to remember that covenant. That's exactly what Menachem said in English. He read it in English. Now we understand where's the warning color coming. You remember we say that in nature there is warning color. After that there is a camouflage color. Where is that camouflage color? Those the color that come between. And then become the light color. To attract us. What are they? Those strong colors. You remember that you mentioned the yellow, the orange. Those colors come to wake us up. Hey, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent us a message. So now we understand the color in the rainbow. Now, how many of you know, I don't know how many of you know the rainbow, what we see a bow, am I right? But it's not true. Where's Rabbi Google? You can go to Rabbi Google, and let's see what Rabbi Google is going to say. The rainbow, actually, it's a complete round color. Complete round. You know that. But we see only half of that round that creates a bow. Now, where is the bow facing? Up. What did HaKadosh Baruch Hu try to tell us here? That if you put the arrow inside the bow, it's shooting where?
To heaven.
To heaven. Not towards us. Why? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised us that He's not going to bring flood. He sent us a message. HaKadosh Baruch Hu here sent the message to the entire world. Or in that city that we can see, or that country that they can see, or that neighborhood that they can see. Listen, it's a judgment against you. I'm taking that judgment, and that arrow going to shoot up towards me. I don't want to hurt human being, because I promise not to destroy the world, not to bring flood. So if we look carefully at the world of colors, it's a sign of warning. But it's come to teach us something else. Mercy. Why? Because the bow, the half round, showing towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you put the arrow inside the bow, wherever you aim it, wherever you stretch it, it's going to shoot. Where is it aiming now? Towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu say, I rather don't destroy the world. I'm going to control my anger and not destroy the world. That's one part of the rainbow. Let's move on. We said that the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, in his book, Pardes Rimonim, chapter 4, it's called The Gate of Gvanim. Gvanim, it's all different colors. Gavan. He explained, by the way, I didn't brought the history of Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, the Ramak, born 493 years ago in Spain, in a city that's called Cordova. Remember the city of Cordova? And the Ramak explained in his book that if we take the color red, let's start with the color red. According to Kabbalistic, what is Kabbalistic color red mean? And who is represented? Which angel? The Ramak say that the color red represents the Malach Gabriel. Everyone heard about the Malach Gabriel, נכון? Spiritually, that's in a spiritual world. In a physical world, the color red, if you look at red, what do you feel?
Danger.
Sorry? Warm? Danger? Look at the red color. Imagine red color in front of your eyes. What do you feel?
Excitement.
Excitement. What else? Oh, anger and irritation. It starts to irritate after a while. נכון? Imagine you standing and the robot takes too long. The traffic light is red, taking too long. Don't you get irritated? Why is it taking so long? No, turn to green. But when it's green, you never get irritated. You remember I asked Menachem about the color green, what color they paint the hospital. By the way, Menachem, you maybe should explain to him why I asked you, Dafka, about your hospital that you was. Because Menachem was in charge about a hospital, not such a pleasant hospital, am I right? What is it called? I forgot. Turfentine? Turfentine. Most of you heard about it? It's actually a home for mental people. Nachon, is it right to say it? It's a home for mental people. Yeah. People that suffer from depression, mental problem. So they paint those usually color green or light blue. So let's take the red. Let's go back to red. We said at the beginning of the show, the red symbol, warning. It symbols warming. If you stand too long in a room that painted red, you actually start to get anxious. You're building anger. But it's an exciting color. We say also at the beginning of the shi'ur that there's certain colors in nature that they are exciting. Red is one of them. Let's move on one step. What excites us? We say that it's to strive the anger, the appetite. If you look at the red, when you open a watermelon, it's green on the outside. As you open it, it starts to become red. Immediately the appetite starts. I want to start eating. That's red. And on with different colors. Sorry?
Fast food restaurants use red for that reason.
Sorry?
Fast food restaurants
Yes.
use red for that reason.
Is it? Okay. Okay, you see, Shikoah, I never thought about that, but that's what it shows you. Sorry? Say again?
They're all red for that reason.
You know what, now you're talking, I'm starting to imagine, if you take the color of McDonald's, is red, nachon? He's right. Kentucky Fried Chicken, red. What is his name? Wimpy, when you drive, you see Wimpy. They're all red also, am I right? Kosher miva mi. Okay, sorry. We forgot the kosher food. Okay. Also, miva mi is also red. Meat is meat. Okay. Let's move on one step. So from here we see that the colors, when we're looking at colors, that it actually help us with certain things. Certain colors come to calm us down. Certain colors come to actually to make us excited. And we'll on and on and on. I'm going to do one more colors. And with that, I'm going to stop because that's going to be the second part of the show because I see that Louis giving me a time out, So it's time to finish the show. Let's move. Seri? You have a red shirt. I never take notice. That's why you get so excited. Okay. So we have to understand. Let's go to the color orange. Let's for us take color orange. What does orange mean? Yeah, Lionel is here. You have an orange color, if I'm not mistaken. Not such an orange color, but look at the... Sorry? No, wait. Lionel, you have to be careful what you say. No, Lionel. It's Kohen Gadol. So we have to understand that when you look at orange, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero explained that the color orange actually helps us to clear our feeling. If you have negative feeling about someone, and you look, or anger, any kind of feeling that you have towards something, you just upset, you cross, you look at the color orange, it's clear those feelings. It's clear, Rabotai. I'm saying specifically, it's clearing the feeling of anger, the clearing of hate, whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't calm you down. It's clearing those feelings. It's help you to start understand that it's not so end of the world. That's color orange, the Ramak say. Not only that when you look at orange color, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero explained that it gives you to look at the world in a positive way, not in a negative. So let's summarize what orange color do for us. Number one, it's clearing up the feeling that we have and help us to look in a positive thing or in a positive eye the way that the world comes, that it's not so bad after all. This world is not so bad. Please God, next week we'll do the shiur about Tu Bishvat, because we're going to be on Tu Bishvat. And then we continue to the second part of the color, and we'll go through the color, then we go through food coloring, and how do they fit with health with us? What is the green in a color mean to us? What orange mean in health? We look at it together and we bring, please God, all different opinion, and we bring sources to it. Be'ezrat Hashem.